All right, JHK here for the AllStar, and join me right now is PFL lightweight contender Taylor Guardado. Taylor, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm really good. I'm really good. Training camps finished up. We're just tightening up little details. I'm feeling good though. How about you?
Good, I'm doing great. And a lot of people every year they say this is my year, but for you, it is your year. Describe what type of roller coaster ride 2021 has been.
We were looking for something in the very beginning of 2021. We kept asking people around the gym. I'm really lucky. One of my coaches had reached out to Ray Cepho and was like, "Hey, can you get her like on a prelim on the any of the PFL cards? She just needs a fight." And then he was like, "Well, actually, we're gonna have 10 girls do the tournament, or excuse me, the season. So if she can make 55, she's in the season." And so it was like super last minute, added into the PFL, but it worked out well.
It definitely did. You go in there and the regular season was wonderful to you. Great performances. Seems like you were able to build off every performance. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, especially my first two. My first one, I'm not sure. Like I felt pretty okay my first one, but then the second one I felt great. My third one, I think it's not really an excuse, but I attest all the things going on in my life to not performing my best, I guess, in my last fight. But I mean, like I do feel like overall I am getting better, and my coaches say that I'm getting better, so that their opinions matter the most.
Definitely, their opinions do matter the most. And you mentioned there were some things going on outside of the cage with you this year, and it can be a distractions to most. What allowed you to shut it out and perform, or was it just something that motivated you during the fight?
Yeah, I definitely won't shut it out. It's my mom, and her sickness that she's going through. But I mean, like I think I'm using it as fuel because I want to be able to help her, at least financially. I can't physically take away the pain or anything like that, but I mean, like I want to be able to help her financially, in the long run. So that's a big motivation. But also just being able to take care of my family. That's my biggest motivation, I think, too.
Now you got this fight coming up, which is an incredible opportunity, and you've been doing the media for this fight. How has it been just having all the attention on you and looking at Kayla face to face and just kind of going back and forth with her?
The media attention has been awesome. Everyone's been so nice, honestly, like PFL, the media, even Kayla, she's been nice. We've been very respectful of each other, I think. I think that we both understand that we're both tired moms. So we kind of like feel for each other more than anything. But I mean, like overall, it is what it is. It's our job to do what we're about to do next week. And the better fighter is going to come out on top.
Your last fight, your striking looked solid. Many say Kayla's weakness is her striking. Do you feel like this will be the difference maker for you?
Yeah, I think my striking's gonna play into it definitely, but I think takedown defense and then just focusing on my own offense because I think that's what happens when girls get in there with theirs. They get a little starstruck or something. I don't know, nervous, scared of the takedown, something like that. And I'm just not. I'm not scared to be taken down. I like going on the ground, So I mean, like when it comes down to it, like I don't know, it's gonna be more equal than I think people are giving me credit for, which is fine. I don't mind being an underdog. I always see myself as an underdog anyways. But I mean, like, I know how I can perform. My coaches know how I can perform, and they're expecting that out of me.
Yeah, and you are early in your career and you're in a big spot. Being the underdog, is there a sense of relief?
I wouldn't say relief. I guess from the outside looking in, it definitely looks like, oh, Taylor has nothing to worry about. But I mean, like I said, my coaches expect me to perform a certain way, and I expect myself to perform a certain way. And um, they've invested so much time with me and energy, and I've taken them away from their families so many times this year, that and I've been away from my family obviously so many times this year that I don't want to let down like my immediate circle. So that pressure is really really weighing on my shoulders. But like from the outside looking in, I could definitely see how it would look like I don't have much pressure.
Everybody loves an underdog story, right? Everybody loves it. The movies, they play up to it, right? So I think that's what a lot of people are looking at this fight. They're looking at you and saying, hey, she's going to go in there and she's going to surprise everybody because that's not what is expected. Now, with training camp,
Yeah.
what is the cast and crew that has been supporting you throughout this whole year?
Yeah, my three main head coaches, Dennis Davis, he's also been my sparring partner this camp, so big shout out to him because he's been through a lot this camp. But my other coach, Nate Pettit, he was the one who reached out to Ray Sefo and asked him to get me into the PFL, which worked out amazingly. And then Eric Nixick, who's just like my voice behind everything. He kind of like reasons with my craziness and really talks me down, talks me up, and he's just so smart. Like when it comes down to it, I think I have the three best coaches that I could ever ask for. Those three have been my absolute godsends. And then my training partners, my husband's actually one of my main training partners, when it comes to like grappling and wrestling stuff, and that's so much fun because it's like I have someone that I can hit and they won't get mad, like they really can't get mad. And then like I said, like my main sparring partner is my head coach, so it's like my camp has just been like perfect. Like not perfect, but like it's been, I couldn't ask for more in a training camp and like in a group of people.
Yeah, the husband and training partner, sparring partner aspect is interesting to me. When you beat him up too much, does he get a sense of that? Like, does he feel that?
No, no, he's so it's insane how supportive he is. He literally he's felt my grappling get better and better, obviously, as years have gone on. And when we first met, I wasn't a wrestler at all. Like I literally could not wrestle to save my life, and he's a former D1 wrestler. So he coached me essentially throughout my entire career now. And now when we wrestle, it's literally two people like scrapping. Like it's a scrappy fight. So now like when I get the better of him, he's really proud, but he also is like, okay, let's go again. So it's fun.
Yeah, definitely sounds fun. Do you guys have like a setup at the house where you guys could just go down there and just scrap anytime you want?
Yeah, we do. In our garage, we have mats and a bag and like mitts and all that stuff. And our son has a little bag as well that he's allowed to hit. And then he likes to wrestle with his dad all the time. And I think he's enjoying like following what we do. He likes to put on like my wrestling shoes and walk around the house. And I just think it's the funniest thing in the world.
So cute. Now, does he watch you guys spar or?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's there. He's very much still like acts like a 3-year-old. So like if he sees us tackling each other, he's like, I got to get in on this. So he's like dive bombing on top of one of our backs or like just like kicking us or something, and it's hilarious. And I'm like, I think he's gonna like he's obviously gonna grow up in the environment. And we prefer him to like wrestle, but we're gonna let him do whatever he wants. But hopefully get him into wrestling.
There's a title on the line. There's $1 million on the line, and when you're single, I feel like winning $1 million is a little bit different than when you're a parent. As a mother, what is the impact going to be? Because you have so much you have to take care of.
Yeah, the impact's insane. I mean, like I can literally set up my son for life. I can we can be set for a long time, and I can help my mom and my dad out with their bills and hospital bills and stuff. And then I just want to be able to treat my family to like a really nice vacation as well. Like, cause my brother-in-law is my head strength and conditioning coach. So him and his family have been there for me throughout all this as well. And it's like, I just want everyone to just chill out for like a week or two. And so I want to be able to just make sure everyone's good. And I think that's important. Like I want first and foremost set aside money for my son, but overall I want to make sure that all my family's good.
That's nice. Now, usually the finals are on New Year's Eve. They're pulling it forward. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with not fighting on New Year's Eve? Because a lot of fighters don't want to.
You know what? I was looking forward to fighting on New Year's Eve. I was looking forward to the yeah, I wanted the little break in between fights because like it's been an aggressive schedule. It's been, 4 fight camps back to back to back nonstop. So it's like I'm a little tired, my body's a little sore. Nothing I'm not used to, I guess. But I mean, overall, like I would have loved to have it just a week or two just to relax and kind of like free my mind before I headed into a fight camp. But I'd like to get it done too. And then now I have the holiday season with my family to enjoy. So that'll be nice too.
Yeah, that's other fighters were telling me like I'm happy it's happening in October because November's Thanksgiving and then you got Christmas coming up and you want to enjoy that this year and that's why they're
Yeah.
happy about fighting so early.
Yeah, exactly.
And you mentioned the camps back to back to back. I feel like you could carry a lot of momentum into the finals with that training. Do you feel so?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's an important factor with this is that my cardio hasn't faltered. It's just getting better. I haven't really taken more than a couple of days off in between each fight. Um, so it's like we've just been pushing the pace harder and harder. And essentially, when we do our training and our conditioning, it's always for 5 rounds, anyways. So it's nice to just be able to keep that going now into my fourth fight, and actually be able to use it.
I'm excited for this. This is going to be an interesting matchup coming up on October 27th. PFL lightweight tournament finals, the belt, the $1 million, Florida, USA. Thank you so much, Taylor, for the time.
Thank you for having me. It was nice talking to you.